Hello, beautiful. Hi. Welcome to this beautiful evening and this gorgeous new moon that we will have officially tomorrow. And welcome to our quantum weaving divination card reveal on this evening, on this beautiful night where we are going to be revealing the hidden messages in the quantum. And I am your host, Silke Tyler. So hi, welcome. So we'll give everyone a minute to come in and we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's talk about this moment in time right now. In this month now of June, we are overall in the theme of direction because this is the numerology of this month. And so we are really setting the stage now for a new direction of where we're heading now into this next fractal. This next fractal, of course, into the summertime and overall the direction in our life. So this is a really good moment to kind of assess and reassess where you're finding yourself within the bigger spectrum of your life, within the smaller spectrum then of the daily tasks and the things of maybe taking a look at everything and kind of like rearranging and figuring out, does this all still work for me? Is this all still relevant? Are there things that I want to shift within this purpose of directional leadership that I have embarked on a long time ago? Because when you find me here, then I know I am speaking to the leaders. I always am, regardless of where your leadership is located, in which area of your life, but it is always that path of our own unfolding, of our soul journey into leadership. And so hello, welcome, Jen. So glad that you could be here, and I look forward to maybe several more of you being able to join. And so for any of you who are going to be watching the replay, then please go ahead and say hi, replay, and join in and let us know how you're doing and how is this day treating you. And then, of course, also tapping into this energy of Gemini, which is so prevalent. I spoke about it this morning in my Quantum Weaving Guide podcast, because right now, let's see what's now. Oh, okay, gotcha. Because right now there are several planets that are in Gemini. So this energy of the air, this energy of Mercury, this energy of directional purpose, and this energy of also navigating through things, of maybe not being sure which direction to go. And of course, this morning I also spoke about the duality, and was a beautiful way of interpreting it and seeing that within our quantum weaving, as we are ushering in this new era, we no longer see duality as a conflict within ourselves, but we see it as something united, something we recognize that it all serves its purpose. And so when we can hold that powerful space between light and dark, between these energies, this is truly where the gifts come in for us. Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and get started. And for any ladies who might still be coming in, then we'll just check in as they're coming in. So the system that I use is a system that I developed, and it is called Quantum Weaving. And these here are my quantum weaving cards. So these are the quantum weaving activation and manifestation cards, divine codes of inner alchemy and self-mastery in feminine energetics. And the system came to me last spring and then slowly began evolving and morphing into this beautiful way now for us to have something that we can tap into the quantum with. And it makes it in a way where this is really now about the new paradigms. And I spoke about this before, where my introduction was as a teenager to tarot. And I thought that was going to be my lifelong learning and journey through tarot. And it feels almost like, simply because I embraced this previous system so much, and I always try to also pull out the things, like the cards that would be negative. I don't know if you've done this too, like with the tarot, for example, the cards that would be perceived negative or have like negative pictures on them, then I would always rephrase it in the positive and say, yes, it means this, but it has like this deeper element to it. And now I've come to realize that we don't even need to be in this place at all anymore. And so I feel like through my lifelong journey as somebody who's always studying, learning, growing, self-evolving in my own spiritual journey, and then through my healing practice and as a mentor, teacher, healer, I feel like this is now the reason why quantum weaving came through me, was because it is time to bring this to the world. And so it has become my pleasure and my mission to bring this forward to the women of the world. So this way you all have a way of being with yourself and tuning into the quantum field in a way that is safe, that is protected, that is guided in these new ways of what we are bringing forward. So I hope that's helpful. And Jane, hello, my friend. Hi. So glad that you're here. And Jen, hi. Wonderful evening. So it absolutely is. It is so, so beautiful. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So if you're ready, then if of course, I already know which one you picked, Jane, and which one Jen picked, but I'm going to reference for later on for whoever is watching the replay if you have picked card number 1. And so for you, the same, Jen and Jane, when your card comes up, then please go ahead, if you could go ahead and comment on them. And I am going to be revealing the card number 1. So most people, which is really fascinating, picked card number 2. And this is absolutely amazing, and you'll see when it comes up. But the way I pick these cards is intuitively, as well as tuning into the energy of the month, to feeling, to seeing what wants to come forward for the energy, what wants to come forward for any of you who will be watching this, no matter if you're live here with me or maybe later on you'll be watching this, as this is also for the future too. And you can basically still pick your card at this moment, say 1, 2, 3, and choose. And so this is a way of now interpreting the energy for yourself and make this your guiding card for this month, for this new moon and this new moon phase. And then, of course, because you're also here, the whole reading has relevance as well. So all 3 cards will together create a cohesive story. But especially for you, the card that you picked is usually then the card that really lands and stands out. And sometimes, even if we don't know exactly, then it's a great time to journal with it and sit with it and see what comes through. So this one here is card number 1. And card number 1 is shapeshifting. So shapeshifting is one of the most powerful path cards. So in our system of quantum weaving, we have in the cards, we have 33 guiding codes that are the cards from 1 to 33. And then we also have 19 virtues and principles. And the 23 is one of the guiding codes. These are based on my system of numerology that I have grown and learned as a numerologist. And it really has to do with the shape-shifting is so powerful because, first of all, it implies that you are on a path of rapid growth and rapid revolution. Because otherwise, shape-shifting would be a little bit more in the background. So this is something maybe where you're still tuning into it. Maybe there's still some resistance to it. But know that if this card specifically is standing out for you, especially if you've chosen card number 1, if this card pops out and it has come forward for you, then this is a big deal. Because this means that you are ready to really go deep into your soul lineage, into your DNA, into your ancestry, as well as then looking at this from the perspective of, if this is me and this is who I embody at this moment in time, then what is my identity? What is my identity as a person here that wants to maybe tune into the idea of removing any of the masks of persona that I have put on? What identities do I want to let go of, peel away? And then what identities that are actually truly mine, that maybe I haven't even allowed to come forward yet, do I want to bring in? So this is very much deep work of identity shifts, of self-actualization. And it really works so beautifully within the system of quantum weaving in inner alchemy and self-mastery. So these cards that are going to be coming up are very powerful, all 3 of them, within the whole spectrum of self-mastery. So if you are tuning into this at some point, then know that that's why. Know that self-mastery is absolutely a big theme for you, and you may have gone through journeys of inner alchemy here lately, where maybe it has felt jarring, maybe you feel out of whack, maybe sometimes out of place, even like, what the heck am I doing here? And know that this is all normal, because you are on this evolutionary path, because you're growing and you are ready for these next steps. Otherwise, this wouldn't be coming up for you. So even if this wasn't your primary card that you've picked, know that because this is the first card in this 3-card reading, that this absolutely has relevance for you. So when you look at the shape shifting, you can see that beautiful pearl that is in the center of the card. And you can also see kind of like the layers that are being removed. These are those false identities that we tend to put on, especially in childhood, in order to fit in, and then especially as teenagers too. And then also as grown-ups, in order to fit maybe in the work environment, in order to put out a certain persona. And then when we're looking at social media, which is just riddled with the concepts and ideas of everybody having happy lives and everything is fine and dandy, but then when we look behind the scenes, it looks very different. And so the shape shifting is so much an internal process of coming so much more clearer into your own identity, and also knowing that there are archetypes you can bring in as well. And if it's already as a seed somewhere in you, then it might be lighting up for you and able to bring forward. In the end, it is always about the pearl in the center for the most beautiful revelation of all of the gold that is within you to fully be able to blossom and to shine. So very much that alchemical process. And I'm going to go ahead and read Shapeshifting to you. I am skillfully and continue. I can skillfully and continually evolve, reinventing myself with agility and wisdom. So enjoy this. There is so much I could talk about, because there's so many different layers and depths to it. But this has a very big core message for you. So tune into what this shape-shifting might represent for you. Especially tune into this in relationship to your soul journey, and in relationship to your DNA and your ancestry too. And knowing that you are the one who is bringing forward these new codes for the earth, these new codes for you, for everybody, that then ripples out from you and through you. Otherwise, you would not be hearing this right here, right now. So enjoy. All right. If you are ready for card number 2, who picked card number 2, I wonder? So go ahead and let me know. And then again, for all of you who will be watching the replay later, then please go ahead and also say replay and which card number you have picked. So if you have picked card number 2, then please go ahead and also put that in the comments later on. And I'm going to give it just a second here and let you comment. Yes, excited. All right. So card number 2, I'm going to see if anyone else commenting, because I know we have another lady on. So, all right, card number 2, right here. This is the one, when all of you are watching the replay later, that most everybody picked. So I will not keep you in suspense any longer. But card number 2 is status. Let me see if that can come in. And I'm going to read this to you, read the affirmation, incantation to you. By acknowledging my status, I grow in my mastery to lead, serve, and make a positive impact. So status has a lot of different nuances to it. And the status card is part of the 4th key of quantum weaving, and it has to do with dynamic presence. So the status card, when you pick this one right here, feel into this energy, feel into all of the beautiful goals that it has with it, and almost like this feeling of royalty. And this is the mandala I purposely chose for it, and still worked on it quite a bit, just to get it in the exact frequency and to deliver the code that I wanted to come through in this, because the status card holds such a beautiful potential for you of finally no longer shrinking down, of saying, you know what, it's time for me to fully claim my status. And as I'm saying this, let that resonate and ripple through you. And this will resonate different for each person. So I want you to tune in and see, what would that represent for me? What does the word status even mean for me? Is there any resistance that's coming up? And then wonder and question why. Why would there be resistance for me to claim boldly my status? Why would there be anything that would hold me back within this? And what's so fascinating about status specifically is that we are taught to shrink, to be modest, to be more shy, to not really speak up as much, to be more subdued. And that's all now going out of the window, because the world needs you. The world needs each of us in our status, in our full power, in our authenticity, shape shifted in the ways that are uniquely you, so you can bring out your highest frequency, your highest essence, because your status, you claiming your status, also ripples out to everybody else. Then, because when you stand boldly, when you say, okay, I am here to fulfill my soul calling, and I am standing in that status of it now. This is something that I have gathered over endless lifetimes, over eons. I am now ready to bring all of that forward, and I'm ready to bring it all in. And I am ready to now strongly and boldly stand in it. This is where it becomes just the most magnificent, because now you are that shining beacon for others. And the status also has to do with everything you have already gathered in this lifetime. So tune into these things that you have grown into. I know all of us are Renaissance women, and we tend to forget sometimes just how much we have done over a lifetime, and how many things, how many qualities we've picked up, and how many nuances we've lived through, and we're standing here strong. So this is the moment here now where you draw that line in the sand and you say, all right, this is it. This is the moment where I no longer give away my power, and I'm going to step one step forward now into that beautiful energy of that frequency of status, with all that it represents, because anything less does not serve me, doesn't serve my family, doesn't serve the world. Because my relationships will be better off. I will be better off in everything that I do when I fully allow myself to embody all that I have gathered already in that fullest presence of my status. So this is the invitation to you. I'd love to hear from you of how this resonated with you. Again, especially when you're watching the replay later. And of course, for you ladies who are here live with me. And I can't wait. Woohoo! That's right. So the status is also about all of the good things in life. All about the things that we desire, the things that we maybe have only dreamed of, the things maybe we've touched for a moment, and then were shrinking away again, saying, yeah, but that's not really so much my life. My life looks more like this and this. And again, this is where the shape-shifting comes into a new, different resonance for yourself, where you can absolutely say, no, this is me, and I am shape-shifting into this, and this is now the status. These are the things I noticed, like for me, for example, when my husband and I go out now, there is a certain status now that I desire, for example, because, I've done so much in my lifetime, and I've worked hard for all of these things and have accumulated all that I am. And so for me now, I stand in that and I'm like, no, this isn't good enough anymore. This might have worked like years ago, where maybe I would have said, okay, well, I guess that's fine, but not anymore. And so what you will also find is that when you are in your status, the world responds differently. The situations come up for you in a different way, and completely different things in resonance. Always in resonance, because this is always what the quantum is about. The quantum always works in resonance with us, and so other things in resonance will come up for you. So it's always this feedback loop. The higher you claim this and say, okay, this is where I'm at now, then the universe can also respond to that. It opens completely new doors for you in the quantum field that weren't even available to you before. So I hope that's super helpful for all of you, because like I said, so many of you chose that card number 2, and I can't wait for your comments and the feedback to see what's going to resonate with you and any other ideas that are coming forward. Because like I said, I could speak for hours on these cards because there's so many layers and depths to each of it, but I want to make sure that I keep it brief, yet also be able to tap into this here. So Jane, let's see. Oh, yes. Whoa, amazing. So cool. Yes, this isn't good enough anymore. Always in resonance. Exactly. So, gotcha. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad that you are. That's awesome. No, wonderful. Cool. Yay. Good. Okay. And then we're going to get to card number 3. So any of you who have picked card number 3, I am going to reveal card number 3. And this is what it looks like on the back. And it is Radiance. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. Radiance emanates from my essence, a reflection of my spirit, vitality, joy, and passion for life. Radiance is the reward. Radiance is the reward for our shapeshifting, for us standing in our status, and then being the ones, especially in that 6th key of authentic expression, where now we allow the boldness to fully come through. Where status is very much that internal thing that then gets reflected on the outside. The radiance is what then shines out into the world that everybody can recognize in your field, in your aura. Jen, of course, resonance, radiance. Everybody can then feel this in your aura. And this is, again, all part of just this amazing journey that you do, this beautiful journey that your soul signed up for so long ago and said, I am going to be brave and I'm going to come forward. And I bet you that if you're listening to this, you did not pick a simple vacation life. You chose to challenge yourself. You chose to come here to be able to have an impact in this world, to make a difference, make a change. And this is now where you simply say, okay, it's time. It's time for my radiance to truly shine. It is time for me to fully embody it, fully embrace it, and allow the beauty of who I am to come forward. And this can be felt in everything. This lights up your chakras. This lights up your whole energy system. This radiates out much further than anything else. And people can sense it. People can feel it. They can feel your presence before you even enter the room, because you are the present. You radiate this energy then through you, and you bring everybody else into that field. And have you ever had that, like, there are like these videos, for example, like in the trains or somewhere, where one person comes in and they might just start something where they might laugh, or they might be in a really good mood, or something happens and everybody beforehand is all kind of just like subdued and down, and then that one person is able to just light everybody up. And of course they do this more exaggerated, where these videos are a little bit staged as far as the person you're purposely coming in and doing this. But what's so powerful, it just kind of shows you that when you are then in your radiance, just like what we have spoken about so many times, as how the impact that one person has on many others, that when you are in your radiance, then this can be felt. And you can literally, even without like laughing or making any kind of like official big deal like this, when you enter a space, when you enter, let's say, a train, or you go into a store or something, this is something you naturally then imbue in the space because it is already part of your field. And so it can be felt so beautiful and so deeply. So your radiance is that light, the true light that you shine outward, that just lights up the room, and it brings everybody else with you. So no matter what the energy was, when you come in and you come in radiance, you are that sunshine that turns on the light. And to me, it's just the most beautiful thing. And it's something for us to practice and to play with. So I invite you to play with me with this, regardless if this is the card that you had chosen originally or not. Again, know that they all work together. And play with me. Let's do this for a week. Let's do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then come back to this here and share with me that when you decide, I'm going to step out in my radiance, and you simply tune in to your heart, because we all know the power of our heart, of the toroidal field of our heart, and you tune in to that, and then you send that radiance out into everything and see how you shift and impact the world. And even if you shift and impact one person, just how magnificent is that? Because this is what we're here for, is to be the conduits for each other, to light each other up, to remind each other of the beauty that we carry within us, remind each other of our purpose, remind each other that we're here for more than what it seems to be, that we are here, we chose at this moment in time to come here, to be those shapeshifters of the world. We came here to quantum weave. We are here as quantum weavers. And this is so, so powerful. So this is my invitation to you. And I can't wait to hear from you, to see how you're going to play with that, how you can feel the difference then, and play with it. Play with it in the colors of your chakras to brighten up the colors. Play with it in your energy field to lighten, brighten up your energy field. What colors do you want to imbue in your energy field? Look at the colors up here of my mandala that represents our quantum weaving here, here, here. And there we go. There. Okay. And feel into the flowers, feel into all of that, and feel into the toroidal field that this creates. And let this be always that reminder of that bubbly energy that we all carry. And many times it's just been dulled down, grayed down, simply because of life, and we have forgotten at times. So this is your beautiful reminder to yourself to return back to that beautiful innocence within you and bring out that radiance. So to complete all of this, allow yourself this month to tune into shapeshifting and what that would represent for you. Make that a theme for this new moon. Journal on it, and then let us know what came up for you in your journaling. And then how does that represent it in your status? How would you show up differently when you are in your status? When you are no longer okay with the status quo, but you are now raising the bar on what that means for you to be here in the world. That's what I'd love to hear from you, and I'm so curious of what comes up for you. So this is your journaling question to you. And then shine the beauty that you are in all your colors out into the world in the beautiful, most radiant, shining rays of sunshine in all the different colors. And let yourself be seen and felt even before you even step into a room. So play with this, and I can't wait to hear from you on this. So I'm going to see. Let me see what comes up for you here. Let's see. So attractive when we tap into our radiance. Absolutely. This is our magnetic self. Let's see, my soul did not choose a vacation life. Yes. Yes, if you're listening to this, most likely it definitely has not. I like that. No, we did not choose a simple vacation life. We came to unfold. Yes, absolutely. With the world in its direction, we came to quantum weave. Yes, we sure did. Beautiful. We'll go and shine my part in the world Watch out, supermarket. That's right. Yes, and that is so much fun. And one of my beautiful clients, she used to play with this because we used to practice that, and she would always come once a month. Her name is Nicole. If you listen to this, Nicole, hello. And we would play with this, and she would see just the difference just through the energy sessions and the recharging and her growing herself and always self actualizing. What a difference it made when she would go into a supermarket. People would be much more friendly. People would even say, "Oh, excuse me," or be helpful. And simply because this is now the energy that she embodied. She walked in this energy into the space. And this is so tied to all three of these cards of shape shifting, status, and radiance, because they really play together with this. So, this is the major theme for you this month in your self actualization, to really invite yourself into that higher resonance for yourself, where you hold it a little bit more, hold it a little more. Oh, now I'm holding it even more. And I can't wait to hear from you on this. So, as a reminder, of course, I know you ladies have my cards. If you do not have the quantum weaving cards, absolutely, absolutely get them, because they are life changing. These are so powerful. And these are 52 cards that are going to change your life, and they're going to change everything, the way you look at things, the way you do things, and you will practice with them. They are living beings that interact with you, that guide you, that connect with you through you, your field, because they're part of you. So I invite you to get these cards. They're on my website, and the links are all over the place for you to get them. And if you feel that this is helpful for someone to hear this, then please go ahead and share this, and you will be entered into the drawing that I do once in a while. I'm still looking forward to more women sharing this, so this way we have many, many, many names in the singing bowl that you see back here. And look forward to doing a drawing here soon again. So let me see what else we had. Great story. Thank you for sharing. This is my chance to play today. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was so palpable. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, thank you. Amazing. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate it. And with this, have a beautiful rest of your evening, and remember your own unique energy signature that you have. Go ahead and radiate that out into the world. Shapeshift into the magical being that you are, and let it all shine in your status in the highest ways for you. Namaste. So much love to you. Mwah.